welcome you to the great scene at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Straight ahead, the rematch of Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs looking for revenge as they host the champs, Phildephia Eagles. Mike Tirico, that's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go from Arrowhead. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the give, now it's Hurts. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on 3rd down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact, that's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
A gain on the play. First down, Eagles.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call, it's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Open man, A.J. Brown's got, and they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
39-yard gain.
Big-time play with Hurts and Brown. 39 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Drew Tranquill up to make the tackle.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the Chiefs' 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work has separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On third down, it's Hurts. That is balled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. Oh! 20 will mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings in an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Here now, 3rd and 5. They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. Back deep for Philly, it's Cooper DeJean. That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. The ball comes out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in so that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, Hurts. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, Hurts. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
In motion is Brown. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 3rd down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
They're trying to set up the screen to Dillon. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, this is going to be a long day for this defense.
Jake Elliott on
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Defense.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line. On first down, it's Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And he'll get about 5.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Brings up second down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They begin with a 3rd down and 3. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Price. And he's in! Rush
their first possession of this game, Mike. It resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. Into space. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The blocked extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. He'll take this himself.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. He'll run again. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
3rd and 5. Now it's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
46-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. And an Eagle first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It is 3rd and long. To throw is Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And this is going to be incomplete. That is Great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
The Chiefs offense with Rasheed Rice set to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Mahomes. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Throwing is Mahomes. They're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Number 10, Isaiah Pacheco. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
For a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
It's just one of those plays where you either have to just eat it or you got to make a better decision on where you throw that ball, because you continue to throw the ball into these crowds, especially under pressure, you're going to turn the ball over, balls are going to get tipped up in the air, and bad things are going to happen. So, fortunately for him, it winds up incomplete, but got to expect better decision-making as the game goes on. Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch-and-catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Complete. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I know, I'm biased, but listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. When I was in a critical situation, there is no time to run over the ball. The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, KC.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the...
And he's in! Patrick Mahomes! Touchdown, Chiefs! That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
And Butker on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Chiefs 13.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4 brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Man in motion is Brown. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
The RPO, that one is complete.
Complete to Grant Calcaterra. A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 4.
The pass. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
Just like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he let him a bit too much. And pass is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On third down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll step up and run this. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
29-yard line.
Mahomes back. Looking middle, and he's got ground. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Third and long. They put Kelce in motion. Third and long for Mahomes. He's got it at the 7. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up fourth down.
So, instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This, about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe? Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. They're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Second down, 8 yards to go. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Third and short, Hurts will throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Three points, all that separates these two sides as half number two kicks off. Remigio now on the return. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. That's a pickup of 33. The defense bewildered. A rough start to this drive.
And Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
At the Eagles' 25-yard line.
2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And He will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll try to run for it. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on third down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up first and goal.
Pacheco, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on third and goal? Here's Mahomes. To the goal line and in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Butker now for the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs have taken a 4-point advantage. Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense get ready for their opening possession of this second half. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Going to hold on to this one, and he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On second down, Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
18 on the play.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. at the 45-yard line.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
First down, Eagles.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts, who allows another catch for his favorite target. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
A 43-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles cut the deficit down to 1. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Kansas City Chiefs first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Play action here. Mahomes, he's going to let this one go for Worthy. And the Eagles are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
I think when he goes back and watches this film, that's certainly going to be a ball he wishes he could get back. He puts a little too much air on it, and they're able to make a play, and they get themselves off the field.
That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On on play action. Hurts. A pass. Caught by Saquon. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That's the All-Pro 3 years running, Chris Jones. In for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
The Eagles ball carrier. He was tackled at the 46-yard line. Brings up second down.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up second down. Now it's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
First down, Eagles.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll step up and run. A gain there of 21. Good for an Eagles first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And an Eagle first down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again.
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone. They continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Barkley, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Devontae Smith, touchdown Philadelphia. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big play for the Eagles as they will try for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Saquon going to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points.
Not a real complex breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. The drive with Pacheco. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch. And that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection, and they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
A run up the middle with Pacheco. Now Pacheco football. And the Eagles recover the football.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a
Previous
replay.
play is under
So they
review.
might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game, where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Patrick to throw. And he will score again. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Hurts and Brown connect, and it's a 1st down for Philly.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter, the game's on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't wait.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. Throwing is Hurts. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it's going to be 3rd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a...
And he will power his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, everything's the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
On is Elliott to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will go up by 7.
Score Eagles 37, Chiefs 30.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Remigio now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. To Pacheco, and he'll get about 4 to the 29.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 29, Here's 2nd down and 5. Now, Mahomes. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 12 yards.
They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. The throw is Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs first down.
When you're running a crossing route versus man coverage, you understand that there's going to be nobody waiting for you on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and separate away, there's a lot of green grass. And that's where the quarterback went with the ball.
Open man downfield is Brown. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. There's that man again, another catch. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 12-yard line.
They come up for 2nd and 2. A give here to Pacheco. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Now, a big 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run. It's Barkley. And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Barkley. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
That's good for a
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and
Great
10.
job there defensively separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Ideal circumstance there. They get the 1st down and preserve that final timeout.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Third and 2.
Here's a big one. This third down. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They put Kelsey in motion. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.